Also in the common names of plants in the genus Narcissus, daffodils, jonquils, paper whites, which often paper whites are actually jonquils, and then of course Narcissus is also used as a common name. Now I'm sorry that this looks so horrible. I got some in pots inside, but they're not. I mean, they're only about this tall, so you know, sort of take your pick. But at any rate, you've got these. Okay, Narcissus is actually a true bulb, so you've got these wrapped leaf bases, swollen leaf bases that come out from the bulb. Most of the time, Narcissus is plant probably 4 to 6 inches deep. All right, and so then one of the first things around here that sends out new foliage over the winter time, and then eventually these flower heads will pop up. You can see this is actually really nice because you can see these flower structures emanate from the very inside the wrapped leaf bases. Okay. All right. Another interesting thing, a lot of these bulbs we'll see have this structure, but Narcissus has probably got one of the most pronounced. Is this sheath? There's a sheathing here that in which you can kind of see. It almost looks like it's holding those leaves together, and that sheath, the venation on the leaves are all parallel. Okay, and you can kind of feel that particular venation all the way up the leaf, but it's extremely pronounced at that sheath because the sheath portion of that is still white from being out of the sun, and then you can see the actual veins running, so it's almost like a green and white striped structure. Okay, and then okay, really thick, some of the thickest leaves that we see with our bulbs, strap-like foliage. Obviously when it gets cold, it sort of falls down, but for the most part this foliage stays pretty erect until it gets to be about a foot or foot and a half tall, and then it'll sort of start to spill over from weight. Okay, here is our lone Narcissus bloom. All right, what a shame.
And so it's leaning over because it's tall, not because it's winter, or both?
It's leaning over because it got frozen. Yeah, so normally we don't, when these things pop up, we don't always get freezing temperatures like we had. They can handle some freezing temperatures, but they can't handle like 3 days underneath 32. All right, it's not that they're going to die; they just don't look good. Okay, so realize the other thing is that once this flower structure pops up here, it also has this little sheath on it. All right, so there's a sheathing on the particular flower structure, and then there'll be all sorts of different colors. There'll be well, not all sorts of different, light yellow, sort of darker yellow, orangish, and white, pretty much, in Narcissus. One thing that is interesting in Narcissus is you get just single petals, and then sometimes you get the cup. You remember, you know, like the daffodils, or they have cups on the particular flower. So you have a flower structure here, and then a structure here that is sort of a cup. And a lot of times the flower structure and the cup will be different colors, sort of adding extra layers of interest. Narcissus is one of the most reliable bulbs for our area. So even though it doesn't look like it right now, they are. You can kind of look out here in the Crepe Myrtle Trail, see all these green patches of bulbs. Those are all Narcissus. Okay, and those are ones that just weren't up quite as far, and so they didn't get bit back as bad as these did.